Hi, Shehu. Good to see you. I don't know if you can hear me. Just let me know if you can hear me. Thanks for joining. Good to see you. Hi, if you can hear me, just put down a comment in the message section so that I will know that you can hear me. Welcome. If you're just joining this session, thanks very much for joining. If you can hear me, I would like to know. Please just leave a comment for me in the comment section so that I'll be sure that you can hear me properly. Thanks very much, James. I'm glad you can join on Facebook. I can see you on Facebook. So good to see that you can join on Facebook. I'm just trying to set up everything and be sure that we are, good to go on all platforms. We are live already on Airmeet, so if you are on Airmeet, I am sure you can hear me clearly. So just hold on for me for a few minutes, and we'll kick off shortly. And here's my picture so that you know that I'm with you. For some reasons, the connect streaming disconnected. Okay, I don't know what's happening to the YouTube version, but let me see. Edit details. Next. Into this. Okay. I don't know what is wrong on YouTube, unfortunately. All right, so I'm not going to worry much about that. Um, I'm probably going to just stop that, but I guess some people would want to join on YouTube. Um, so I don't know how to handle it. Okay, maybe just update this. Okay, so I think we'll just go with Facebook and Emmy today. I'll try to find out what happened to the YouTube later on, and we can upload this actually to the YouTube later on. So it's not a big problem or a very big issue. We can always upload to YouTube later on. So I just want to thank you for coming on board this morning or this afternoon or this evening, depending on where you're joining from. For me, it is a very, very beautiful evening here in Australia, and I'm excited. I'm very, very excited. I'm pumped because of what we'll be sharing this evening. It is something I believe will be helpful to everyone who's going to join the session right now or who will be joining the session later on. Um, uh, uh, Either as a replay or something like that. I believe it's going to be very, very useful to everyone, whether you're joining live or later on. So I wanted to stay tight and just give me a few minutes. Let's see if we can have more people come on board to to this session, and then we'll just kick off. Um, if you want to share the Facebook page group with your friends on your timeline, that would be wonderful as well. And this is also being streamed on LifeExcel Facebook normal page, apart from the group. So if you want to also share that, that would be very, very good. Okay, so I'll begin to share my screen now. Thanks, Ame Emmanuel, for joining. So glad to have you. Thanks very much for joining. So if I turn to this side, is because I'm trying to have a glimpse of what's going on here, so that I can keep track of everything. So um, don't don't mind me. uh, okay, so all right. So good evening from here, like I said earlier on, and good morning from West Africa. Good afternoon from wherever else that you're watching from. I'm so excited to have you in this very first session or edition of Success Converge. So I'm really, really excited to have you. Thank you very much, Isaac. There is no soap to cut, my brother. It's the goodness of the Lord that is helping us. Thanks again for joining on Facebook, and Isaac James Adama. Thanks also for joining. I really really appreciate you finding time to join in today's session. And like I said, it's going to be a straightforward session, but at the same time, it's going to be a productive session as far as I'm concerned, because the concept of vision is one that is very very important. And if you look at the life of every successful person, one thing is very common, and that thing is that they had vision. Without vision, um, our lives would definitely be meaningless. All right. So, what gives our lives purpose is that we have vision. So, I want to welcome you to the session this today, and we'll just kick off and go into the conversation. Okay, so what are we going to learn today? So there are a lot of things that I'll be sharing, but I've tried to pull them all together into three specific areas or sections, which is what is vision and why vision is important, and the second one is what to do with vision, and the third one is excelling in vision, which is the title of today's presentation. So we're going to be talking around these three topics in the course of this conversation. All right, so some of us might be wondering what is LifeExcel. So I just thought maybe I should just give a little bit of a background to what LifeExcel is, so that we'll have an idea of who we are and where we're coming from. So basically, LifeExcel is a faith-based, youth-led, not-profit, and non-denominational organization. It's faith-based because we have a belief in something that is the foundation of everything we do. We are built on a specific faith background. It is youth-led because we focus on young people and encouraging people to be part of the leadership. As a matter of fact, everyone who is leading in one area or the other in Life Excel is a youth. I mean, all of us are young people, and our focus is also young people. We are not doing this for profit. We are doing it to be a difference, to make a difference in our generation and in our time. Um, we're not. We will just focus on making impact and transforming lives. We are not, even though we are faith based, we are non-denominational. We don't belong to any church per se, but we accept people from every background of faith or religion, so long as you agree with what we believe in. We don't have any problem with that. So we are open-handed. We want everybody, to come in and join in what we're doing. The most important thing is that you're someone who is interested in, experiencing excellence in your life. If you're that kind of person, then this platform is for you. What is our vision? Our vision is simply to help young people everywhere, to discover their life purpose, live above mediocrity, and exhibit excellence in every area of their lives. So that is what we are aiming to achieve with LifeExcel, a platform where young people can come together and they'll be able to discover what's God's purpose for their lives, be able to live above mediocrity because they will exhibit excellence through the impartation of the spirit of excellence, that is the spirit of God. We believe that there is a dimension of God that is the spirit of excellence, and that everyone who has a relationship with God is supposed to contact that particular spirit of excellence. And when you do that, excellence become common in your life, but it doesn't happen automatically. And that's the reason why LifeExcel is existing. That is the reason why SuccessConverge is existing, because receiving the spirit of excellence is one step towards becoming a person of excellence. Then there are other things that you need to do or put in place for excellence to truly manifest in your life. And that is what we're here to do, to help you know what are those things that you need to do to be able to exhibit excellence in your life. All right. So the platforms that we use to reach out to young people includes the following. The first of them is SuccessConverge, and of course that is where we are today. What we're doing today is based on that first platform, which is SuccessConverge. And the idea of SuccessConverge is to bring people together from all walks of life onto one platform where everybody believes that success is possible. What we tell ourselves is that if you come on the platform of SuccessConverge, we believe that success is achievable, it's possible for everyone. There's nobody who comes on and lives with the mindset that, okay, success is far-fetched for me. No, what we do, aim to do, or aim to achieve with the platform of SuccessConvert is to make it a platform where everybody believes that he or she can be a success. The second thing is Love to the Loveless Charity Initiative. And our Love to the Loveless Charity Initiative is a program that we've put together, or an initiative we've put together to reach out to the less privileged in our societies. And in the past, we've been able to raise thousands of naira to support motherless babies' homes and visit orphanages, and as many people as are impoverished in our society. And that is what that is basically all about. It is about taking love to those who find it difficult to who do not have access to love, who don't have someone to love them. So that's what we do. We Love to the Loveless Charity Initiative. The LifeExcel Book Club and Library is a platform that is also targeted at helping us to continue to grow in becoming people of excellence. And the basic idea is to bring people together to read. Reading is powerful. I can't overemphasize the importance of books in my own personal life. My life, was totally transformed right from the time I started reading. All right, and then we have Life Except Business and Entrepreneurship Academy, which is some of these platforms are still building up. The first three have been existing and have been operational at one level or the other, but the other ones are still yet to kick off. The Business and Entrepreneurship Academy is basically a platform to help inspire business and leadership skills and mindset in our members, in people who are on LifeExcel platform. LifeExcel Publishing has to do with our blogs and social media content, and opportunity to publish books as well, because we believe that every one of us is gifted in one area or the other. And one of those areas is in the area of writing. And want to create a platform for everybody to be able to express themselves through writing. And 365 Degrees Life Beyond the Ordinary is a more or less like a talk show program, where a division of that particular program is to have a frank conversation about real issues in life. There are things that people don't want to talk about, but when we come to 365 degrees, life beyond the ordinary. We talk about those issues. So we bring people, experts, experienced people from different walks of life, and we share a particular topic, sit down and have a very deep conversation about that particular topic. And that's what we do at Life, 365 Degrees Life Beyond the Ordinary. We've had that previously in the past, and we're going to kick that off again sometime, within the year. So we hope that when we call on you for any of these programs, that you'll be able to, respond to them. So today we go back to SuccessConverge, which is the reason why we're here. All right. So for those who do not know me, my name is Apeh Omede, and I'm the founder of LifeExcel Resource Centre. And I have a company called the Apeh Omede Company. I've explained to you what LifeExcel Resource Centre is all about. Now, the Apeh Omede Company is a consulting company that is focused or dedicated to educational empowerment and global opportunities. So at the company, we help people to progress with their educational dreams and any kind of global opportunities that they want to possess or take hold of, rather. So that's what we do at the company. And basically, whether at the company or at LifeExcel Resource Centre, the vision or my mission remains the same, which is to make excellence common in my generation. So if there is anything I want to be remembered for, I want to be remembered as someone who inspired a people in their time and in their generation to live a life of excellence. That is what I truly, truly want to be remembered for. That is what I truly, truly want to achieve with my life. That during my time, I was able to help people to see that it is possible to live a life of excellence. And I really, really thank God, because this has been happening with a lot of people who have come across our work either at LifeExcel Resource Centre or at the company as well. And it is my prayer that God will help me to continue to live that life or that mission until the day I depart from here. Right. So let's start. Do you have a vision for your life? Do you have a vision for your life? What's the future that you see for yourself and your generation? I want to see in the comment what vision you have for your life. Well, I just want to see yes or no if you have a vision for your life in the comment. Good to see you, Francis. Good to see you. So I want to have someone respond to that question. Do you have a vision for your life? Yes or no? Do you have a vision for your life? I'm waiting. If you're on AirMeet, great. You can use the Q&A. Perfect. Thank you very much. I can see some responses on AirMeet. Good to know that you have a vision for your life. I'm excited to hear that, because I have a vision for my life as well. And it excites me to also see that people have a vision for their life. If you're on Facebook, I want to see if you have a vision for your life. If you don't worry. We're going to have some conversation about that as well as we continue today. Okay. Yes, I can see. Yes, I can see. All right. So I have a vision for my life, and I believe that vision is very, very important. Like I said when we started. So let's do a little bit of other conversation now. What is vision? So vision is simply a picture of a future for a better version of yourself and your generation. Having a picture of a better future. So you are at a particular point at the moment in your life, but you are seeing a better perspective of tomorrow. You're seeing a better perspective of who you are, and you're seeing a better perspective of your generation. All right. So, three things very, very important when you're talking about vision is a better version of the future, of the future that you're seeing, better version of yourself and a better version of your generation. It's very, very important that if you're going to say that you have a vision, it means that you've sat down, you've thought about certain thing, thought about how it affects your life and affects your destiny, affects your environment, and have imagined a better version of that particular thing. It's a mental picture that can be used to direct your actions. This is very, very important. When you see people and and you wonder why they behave the way they behave, you wonder why they do the things they do, just correlate it with the vision that they have for their life. It is, in fact, what people do, the kind of actions that people get involved in, tells you automatically if they are a people of vision or they are a people of no vision. Because if you have a clear-cut mental picture of who you want to be, where you want to go, the impact you want to make in your life and in your generation, you will see that your life will be directed. You will see that your actions will be directed. You will see that you won't live life as usual. And if you can pinpoint at a particular point in time when you came to a full realization of the kind of future that you want to have, and you trace backward all the times before that particular point when you took that decision or when you came to a point of vision in your life, and you compare your actions, compare your lifestyles, compare your attitudes between that time when you were living without a vision and from the time you started living with a vision, you're going to see that there is a clear-cut difference in your actions. You might suddenly realize that you're beginning to be more cautious of your time. You might begin to see that you're now more cautious of your relationship, the people you relate to. You might begin to see that you're now more cautious of how you spend your money, where you go to, who you spend your time with, and all that. Because when you have a vision, it becomes a mental picture that helps to direct the actions of your life. Your vision is a mental picture that can be used to direct your actions. So I've mentioned that. Um, so why is vision important? Why is vision important? There are a lot of reasons why vision is important. And if I ask you, I know you're going to tell me a lot as well. But I just want to point out this few with you. Number one, vision gives you meaning and purpose. Vision gives you meaning and purpose. Now, purpose is what you are created to do, the reason why you're existing. But when you begin to have a mental picture of all the different things you want to experience in life and destiny, when you begin to have a mental picture of all the different things you want to see people experience, what you want to see your community experience, what you want to see your family experience, what you want to see the educational system to be like, the business sector to be like, the healthcare sector to be like, and you begin to put them together, it begins to give you an idea of why you are here. So people without vision find it difficult to find meaning in their life. So when you see somebody and the person is telling you, I don't even know what I'm doing here on earth. I don't know why I'm existing. What is the essence of this life? Right? So I'm not trying to downplay on the importance of what those people are going through. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. But I'm trying to say that if they had gone ahead to take some steps to obtain a vision for their lives, they will realize that life is meaningful. They will realize that life is not just about being born to the earth or to the world and then growing up, going to school, getting married, getting a job, rise to the top of the ranks in the company or in your office, give birth to children, die, and then that'll be it. No, you will know that it's not just about it. It is far much more than that. And anything outside this is where meaning is. if you're still living within the circles of, okay, I want to become this, become that, get married, give birth to children, have this amount of money, and then that'll be it, then you've not really found vision for your life. A vision is a way to answer your why in life. So the mental pictures that you have pulled together to form your purpose. And this is one of the reasons why vision is very, very important, because it gives you meaning and purpose in life. Number two, it gives you focus. Having a vision ensures that your life's goals can remain, you can keep focus on whatever it is that is your life goals. Now, if you don't have a vision, then anything can go for you. Anything can go for you. You see people and they look directionless. You ask them, what do they want? Today they tell you that they want to be a medical doctor. Tomorrow they want to be animal scientist. The next day they want to be accountant. The next day they want to be engineer. The next day they want to get married to this person. The next day they want to get married to that person. The next day they want to live in this city. The next day they want to live in that city. So they are just beating about the bush, running helter skelter, no focus. And something I just learned something recently, that excellence is a factor of focus. When you are not focused on a certain thing, which is probably your area of strength or your area of expertise, you cannot experience excellence. You cannot experience excellence. So what vision does for you as a person is that it helps you to become focused. It helps you to remain focused on your life's goal, what you want to do with your life, and nothing distracts you. So when you see people that you try to push up and down and they remain stable, vision is what gives stability to your life. Vision is what gives stability to your destiny. And that is what I'm trying to make or point out in that second importance of why we need vision in our lives. And number three, vision gives you power over obstacles. In fact, if look at your life and think about times and seasons when you've given up on anything, you realize that those things that you gave up on were things you didn't have any focus on. There was nothing serious that you were thinking about regarding that. Nothing serious that you were thinking about regarding that. And that was why you were able to give it up easily. And what does that mean? Is because you don't have a vision for that thing. Because your vision is like your baby. And if you are a true mother who has given birth to a child, it's very, very difficult that you would abandon your baby because you don't have a means of taking care of that baby. Instead, you will do everything possible to find a way to provide for that baby. You will do everything possible to make sure that that baby is sheltered. You will do everything possible to make sure that that baby is provided for. Now, that is the way vision is. If you have a vision, it becomes like a woman who has given birth to a baby. And the pain that you go through to birth that vision will never, ever allow you to give up on that vision. So what vision does is that it provides you with power or a reason to keep going, even when the going gets tough, even when it looks impossible. With vision, you are able to keep going. There are many reasons why vision is important in our lives, but I just wanted to ponder on these three. Think about them. It gives you meaning and purpose. It gives you focus. It gives you power over obstacles. Meaning that no matter what comes your way, so long as you're concentrated on your vision, so long as you're focused on your vision, it will be very, very difficult for you to give up. I want to ask, why? What other reason do you have for holding on to vision? Why do you think in your own personal life that vision is important? What are the things that vision has done in your life? Can you let me know in the comment? If you're joining on Facebook, let me know in the comment. If you're joining on Emit, let me know Why do you think that vision is important? Apart from these three things, now, number one, giving you meaning and purpose. Number two, giving you focus. Number three, giving you power to overcome obstacles. Do you have any other reason why vision is important? So I will wait for your comment while I, have a sip of water. So let me know in the comment. Why is vision important? Why do you think vision is important apart from the ones I've mentioned? Anybody? Anybody? Why do you think vision is important? I need to see these comments in real time because I'm not seeing them in real time. So let me find a way to see if I can see them in real time. Just leave your comment for me. I want to know why vision is important to you in your own personal life or in your business or something like that. All right. So let me see if I can see your comments in real life. It's a bit difficult to see it on Facebook. Okay, on Emid, why is vision important to you? I want to know. Anybody, why vision is important to you, or is it just this tree? I truly, truly want to see your comment, but I can't see them. I'm waiting. I want us to interact. I don't want it to just be only me. I want us to interact. Vision is important because it's the roadmap to the future. Perfect. I truly, truly love this. Vision is important because it is the roadmap to the future. I totally agree with you. I totally, totally agree with you that vision is the roadmap to the future. So with your vision, you are able to see where you're heading to. With your vision, it gives you a picture or helps you to create a kind of a roadmap, because when you have a vision, you create, step-by-step actions that leads you to that vision that you see, that future that you see. And being able to take each of those steps or each of those actions helps to create a kind of a map that guides you to that future that you see. Thanks very much for that contribution, Celia. I really, really appreciate it. I want to see if anybody. Okay, so Abimbola, thanks very much. Vision is important for motivation. Unmotivated people are people without vision. When you see, well, I wouldn't say unmotivated people are people without vision, but I would say that if you have a vision, it remains a motivation for you. So even when you feel down, even when you feel like things are not working the way they are supposed to work, when you remember where you're going to, it motivates you, it pushes you up to stand up from the bed to go and do the things that you're supposed to do. Thanks, Mrs. Abimbola, Her Excellency, for that, and thanks for joining. Vision is a way to answer your why in life, right? Vision is important to me because it serves as a guide for my day-to-day and year-to-year activities and how I choose how close or far I am from them. Perfect. It serves as a day-to-day guide and a year-to-year guide. Sule says a vision is important because it gives you a sense of perfect. It gives you a sense of responsibility. Visionary people are people of responsibility, and it is much more important because your destinies are tied to you. There are destinies that are tied to you. So if you don't fulfill your vision, there are people who will not fulfill theirs, and this is just true. Thanks, Temitope, for joining. Good to have you as well. I mean, this is very, very important, Sula, and I really, really appreciate that contribution. That vision gives you a sense of responsibility. You know, if you truly, truly want to be responsible, you must be a person who is working with a vision. There is no person with a vision who is not responsible, you know, because they know that destinies are tied to them. So, why? How do I find my vision? Now, this is the question. Because when we started, we asked, "Do you have a vision?" Some of us said yes. Some of us did not respond. So I wasn't too sure if everybody has a vision or are yet to find a vision. But if you're here and you're yet to find your vision, let's talk about a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about that and how to go about finding your vision. And if you're listening to this after it was live stream, I believe it will be useful to you as well on how do you find your vision. I believe that finding your vision starts with knowing yourself, knowing who you are. If you don't know who you are, it is very impossible to know what you want. That is one. Two, it is very, very impossible to know what you can do with your life. It is very, very impossible to know the impact that you can make. Know yourself is the first step to finding your vision. First of all, know that you are a child of God and God has poured out his dream inside of you. God has poured out himself inside of you. And what does that mean? That means that you are a special person sent down to this world, sent down to earth for a purpose, for a mission. That it is not by mistake that you are here. You are here because God has sent you here to do something important for him. So the first thing is know who you are. One, you are a child of God. Two, know this in the context of knowing who you are. Know the things you like, know the things that motivate you, know the things that inspires you, know the things that challenges you, know the things that, you know, makes you want to make a move, makes you want to take an action. Know your skills, know your strengths, know your weaknesses, you know, the things that you like, the things that you don't like, where you want to go, where you don't like to go, people you like to hang around with, and all that. So by the time you have an idea of all these things, it is the first step to finding your vision for life. Second thing you need to know is to find, or you need to do to find your vision, is to find a cause. A cause could be anything that you want to change. And we don't have enough time to talk about, you know, how the vision for LifeExcel came, but the summary of it was that I came to a point where I suddenly had a kind of a holy, which word would I use now? I'm lacking words to use. Hatred, let me say hatred, yes. A holy hatred for mediocrity. I came to a point in my life where I suddenly hated everything mediocrity, you know. And that was because I began to realize that by the impartation of the Spirit of God in my inside, I could be a person of excellence, right? So I took it as a cause. I said, fine, this thing is strong in my spirit that it is possible to be a person of excellence. And so I'm going to run with this passion. I'm going to run with this motivation. I'm going to run with this insight that it is possible to be a person of excellence. So for you, what cause makes you angry? What cause makes you want to, you know, make a difference? What is it that happens around you that you really, really want to change? What is happening around you that you want to contribute to? What is that thing that you see and you don't feel too well about it? You know that it can be better. That is what you should be looking at in finding your vision. And when you find it, you pray about it, because I believe by the reason of my faith that vision becomes clearer when we pray about it. If we don't want to be misguided, if we don't want to live by assumptions, right, then we need to pray about whatever it is that we think is a cause that we want to follow. It's very, very important. And we're going to talk about that again later on as we continue. The fourth thing that you need to do to find a vision is to seek knowledge. A lot of people who are vision, I mean, I've seen a lot of people who are visionary. They have a very clear-cut vision, but they don't have knowledge that they need to execute the vision. Because it's one thing to be passionate about something. It is also another thing to know what to do to achieve that vision. It is a totally different thing to know what to do to achieve that vision. So people who have vision and don't seek knowledge on how to execute that vision get frustrated. And this is the reason why it is important to seek knowledge. It is important to go ahead and learn about that vision, what is happening around that environment. For example, if you want to help with education, say you have a vision to bring a change in the educational sector, and you don't know anything about what the SDG says about education and how to improve educational status of people. If you don't know what the statistics says about education in your environment, in your country, you don't know what are the tools that you can use to improve education in your environment and all that, then you will just be moving up and down, rolling around the vision of improving education and not being able to do anything about that particular vision. Thanks very much, Omotola. Vision is light. That is very, very true. Vision is light. I agree with you, right? So to be passionate about something and not having knowledge on how to move around it or execute whatever it is that you are passionate about is going to be a waste of time and a frustration. All right, Elizabeth, thank you very much. Vision for me is very important because it gives me meaning to our existence. And I agree with you. In fact, that is the first point that we made when we're talking about why vision is important. It gives meaning and purpose to existence. All right. So how do I find my vision? Number one, know yourself. Number two, find a cause. Number three, pray about it. Number four, seek knowledge, ask questions, learn skills, understand the field you're working with, understand in the dimension that you're working with, understand the country, understand the people, understand the society, understand the problem that you're trying to solve. If you want to fight for cancer, I go against cancer. What kinds of cancer? There was a time I was thinking about cancer very many years ago. I was thinking about children's cancer, and I was so passionate about it. And I was like, I want to fight against children's cancer. But the fact was, I didn't even know if there was anything like children's cancer then. I was just thinking about it. And then after some years, I began to ask myself, but do children suffer from cancer? At that point in time, when I was thinking about, I didn't know anything about children's cancer. But later on, I began to realize that actually that children also die from cancer. And I began to wonder, what if I had started doing anything around that time? Maybe I would have been frustrated about it because I wouldn't have had any knowledge about that. And maybe that was why I didn't follow that vision up. All right. So I don't know, maybe it will come back or maybe it will not. But I'm trying to tell you that as at that time, I didn't have knowledge about children and cancer. So if you have a vision for anything, you must find knowledge around it. If you must have vision for anything, you must have knowledge around it to be able to push through. And then one thing that people do is that they have a vision, but they don't take any action. A lot of people, and I don't know if you're one of those people listening to me today, you have a vision, but your vision is somewhere under the shelf. I mean, it is lying down, it is written in a paper, in a book, in a notebook, but it is lying down somewhere. Nothing has been done about it, and it's been 5 years, it's been 15 years, it's been 20 years. And I'm not talking to you alone, I'm talking to myself as well, because I have visions, I have things that I've wanted to do with my life, and some of them have not come to pass because I've not taken action on them. But I'm happy that there are some that I've taken action on, and I've seen them come to pass, and some of them still growing. So if you're here, you can do whatever you can to find yourself, know yourself. You can do whatever you can to find a cause. You can do whatever you can in prayers and talking to God. You can do whatever you can in seeking knowledge. But my brother, my sister, if you don't take action, nothing will happen. Your vision without action will be useless. So, how do I find my vision? Know myself, find a cause, pray about it, seek knowledge, and then act on it. So, let's move on. Let's move on. What can you have vision for? What can you have vision for? Help me in the comments. If I were to ask you, what can you have vision for? I'd like to see what you think in the comment. I'll wait for you to respond. It's been very, very interactive. So, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So, I want you to continue. What can you have vision for? What are the kind of things that you can have vision for? Tell me in the comment and give me permission to have a sip of water. Anybody? Or you can tell me, what do you have vision for yourself as a person? What do you have vision for? What do you have vision for in your own life? What do you have vision for? Let me know in the comment. I'll wait for you to tell me. Anybody? Okay, now it's a bit difficult again to find comments, but I'll just wait and see if I can find it. Tell me what you can have vision for. Well, as a matter of fact, you can have vision for anything. You can have vision for anything. You can have vision for families. You can have vision for children. You can have vision for your country. You can have vision for the environment. You can have vision for the health system. You can have vision for a religious activity. You can have vision for niche. It depends on the kind of person that you are. Remember, you need to know yourself and know what you're passionate about, know what you like, and things like that. So that will help you to be able to find which area of your life that you're going to have vision for. So why this is important is so that you don't limit yourself to one thing, to say, okay, this guy is having vision in this particular area, and so I cannot have vision in that particular area. No, you need to just follow your own path, follow your own lane, understand how God has created you, what is it that you're passionate about, and you follow through to it. But the fact is that you can have vision for virtually every area of life that you are interested in. Like I said, there was a time I was thinking of doing something with children's cancer, and I couldn't follow that up for one reason or the other. I have vision to empower young scientists, young agricultural scientists in Africa. So it's something I'm doing. I have vision to see people excel in their life and their business, and which is what I'm currently doing at the moment. So don't limit yourself to what area you can have vision for. What you need to do is to allow God to guide you in your place and time of prayer when you're talking to Him about vision, to show you exactly which path or which direction you need to follow when it comes to vision. All right. So, one thing that I realized with people is that when we get vision, we don't know exactly what to do. Remember, I'll give you an example. Many years ago, I had a vision for children's cancer, to fight against children's cancer or do something against children's cancer. But then I didn't know anything about it. And I realized that this is a common problem with a lot of people. So I thought I should, and this is a very big topic actually that I've developed fully, but we don't have enough time to talk about it in this one session. I can hold a whole session on what to do with vision, right? But I just wanted to bring it up in this particular conversation to highlight a few things that we need to do, because we can't talk about excelling in vision if we truly do not know what to do when we get a vision. So I want to share what to do with it. with vision when you get it quickly. And there are 5 things. There are more than 5, but for this conversation, I'm just sharing 5 of them. First one is you pray for the vision. Remember, when you get the vision, you pray for the vision. Why? Because you need faith to be able to push through when the vision comes to a point of challenge. And it's going to happen. It's going to come to a point where your vision, your beliefs, your ideas, you thought, okay, this thing is something you're going to hit, and then it will just keep going. No, vision does not happen like that. Vision will encounter difficulties, it will encounter challenges. Even though vision is what helps you to overcome challenges, vision in itself needs to be sustained by the divine. Vision in itself needs to be sustained by the divine. So you need to pray for the vision. That is very, very important, so that the vision will be sustained by the divine, protected by the divine, and you receive more insight into what that vision is actually all about. Number 2, you love the vision. You must love the vision. You must love the vision. I mean, if you don't love it, you can't give your life to it. I mean, think about it. The things that you go extra mile for are the things that you love. The things you put extra time into are the things that you love. The things that you can do anything for, that you can, wake up midnight to pray about. I mean, wake up to work on over the night. I mean, sleep only 4 or 5 hours just because you're working on that vision, is because you love that vision. So some people get a vision and they don't love the vision. Maybe because they are competing with other people, or maybe because they are comparing themselves with other people. When that happens, you begin to lose attraction towards your vision. And if you begin to lose attraction towards your vision, the value you place on it will begin to diminish. So you must love your vision. Number 3, you must give to the vision. Now, before anybody will give to you, will give to your vision, you must have given to it first. Your time, your energy, your resources. It is when people say, this guy is committed to this children cancer thing. Oh, you know, say, okay, maybe we should even support him. This lady is committed to this women empowerment and girl child education thing. Or they will say, okay, we'll support him. But when you don't give to your vision, it's a very big mistake. You're not going to sustain that vision. You're not going to be able to succeed with that vision. It won't achieve its aim and goal. The people you're meant to bless through that vision will not be blessed if you don't give to the vision. So the third thing you need to do when you get a vision is to give to that vision. Give money, give resources, give time, give prayers, give whatever it is that you can give. But by all means, make sure that you're giving to it. So they said, I have a vision for impact and liberation of the masses using education as a gateway through research and teaching. That is very, very powerful. That is very, very powerful. And I'm so glad, so glad to hear that from you, Sule. So glad to hear that from you. And I pray that God will give you grace. I pray that God will give you wisdom, give you all that you need, to achieve this particular vision that you're pursuing with your life. So give to it. Number 4, share the vision. Share the vision. You cannot succeed as a lone ranger with your vision. In as much as you might be the vision bearer, have it at the back of your mind that God will send people who will be armor bearers to that particular vision. So those people cannot run with it unless you share it with them. They cannot run with it unless you share with them. So it's not just about writing it down. Make it plain. Making it plain means what? Sharing it with the people that God would have put into your heart. And when you pray, God will put in you. That is why the first thing you need to do when you get a vision is to pray about it. And then God will direct you to certain people. Say, okay, talk to this person, talk to that person about this vision that you have. And if they are really, really people that God have directed you to, they will buy into that particular vision, right? So you must share the vision with the people, and then you must build the vision. So every part of your life, everything you do must be geared towards building that vision, growing that vision, making sure that the reason why the vision was given to you is achieved. So, what do you do with vision when you get one? Pray for it, love it, give to it, share it, and continue to build it. All right. So I don't know. Is anybody learning anything or anybody excited about this? You might not be learning something new, but you're getting re-energized. You're being reminded of something that you may have not thought about for some time now, and now this session is helping you to think about it again and begin to ponder, take you back to be able to say, okay, I need to revisit my vision. Is that happening to anybody? Is anybody being motivated or being inspired or being energized, being encouraged, with their vision? I like to know. And because I too need that encouragement, let me know if this is making sense to you in any way, so that I too will be motivated and inspired to continue. Let me know on Facebook, on AirMeet. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that on AirMeet from Sule. Thank you, Shehu. Sorry. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thanks, Sule. Vision lies in passion and interest. Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate that so much. Thank you very much for those who are saying that it's helpful. This session has been helpful to them. So now, how to excel in vision? How do you excel in your vision? You have a vision. You've started building it. You know what you want to do with your life. You know what you want to do with your everyday as you wake up in the morning and all that. But it's not just about what you want to do. You need to be able to work with your vision or work on your vision in a way that people will look at it and they'll be attracted to it by the excellence that is being exhibited, by the kind of passion that is coming out from it. That is what will attract people. It's not just by saying it or having it or trying to do things haphazardly. If you do things haphazardly, then people will not be attracted to your vision. One of the ways to make sure that people are attracted to your vision is to make sure that you attend to it excellently. So we're going to look at about 4 steps or 4 things you can do, or 4 things that need to be in place for you to excel in vision. So 4 things that needs to be in place that must be taken into cognizance for vision to excel. So number 1 is that your vision must be bigger than you. Your vision must be bigger than you. Now, and I'm not talking about heaven and earth, going about pulling down heavens. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about entering into the Guinness Book of Records. That's not even what I'm talking about. Because this is what I've come also to realize, and I think I did a video on this one certain time, maybe last year or so, and it should be on my Instagram profile. I did a video on it because one of the mistakes people make when they hear about having a dream or having a vision that is bigger than you, they think that it has to be something that nobody has done before. And then when they look at themselves and compare it with what other people are doing, and they feel like, oh, I don't have what it takes to do this. I don't have what it takes to do this. And so they give up on working on their vision. But they don't know that your vision simply needs to be more than you. Even if it is by one person, you have fulfilled that requirement of your vision being bigger than you. It doesn't have to be 1 million people, 10 million people like Ryan Belke or Billy Graham. It doesn't have to be billions of people like Mark Zuckerberg is doing on Facebook. It just needs to be one person extra that is added to what it is you're doing. That when you go to bed and you sleep and you think about what you want to do with your life, that you're not thinking about you alone. You are thinking about one extra person. Who is one extra person that I can help with what I know? Who is one extra person that I can help with what I do? Who is one extra person that I can empower to succeed? Who is one extra person that I can empower to excel? So there should be at least one extra person whose life would be touched or changed by your vision. That is one of the first steps to excel in what you're doing. That whatever you're doing is not just with you, it goes beyond you. A selfish person cannot excel in vision. So when you see people, the only vision they have is to push everybody away so they can be the manager, be at the top. Or you are in a class and there's this particular student, the only vision he has is to be the best in the class. And that's why my definition of excellence is doing your best to inspire others to do their best. That is the definition of excellence that I have. I live by. Excellence for me is not coming first in the class and everybody is gone. Everybody can disappear. You don't care and all that. So you are in the class, you want to be the best and you don't want to help anybody. Meanwhile, you are in that class as the most brilliant person in that class because God has placed you there to help all the weak students to grow. So you organize tutorials. Just look at it. Two students. One student is the best in the class. He's always, having the highest GP or CGPA in the class, but he does not share his knowledge with people. And a second student is not the best. Maybe he's the third best or the fourth best or the second best in the class, but he's the one who is organizing tutorials to help the weak students in the class so that they too can succeed in their own studies. Who do you think that people will value more? Who do you think that people will support more? Who do you think that people will, back at all point in time? Of course, you know the answer, that it is that one person that even though he is not the best, even though she's not in the best in the class, but for the fact that he or she spends time to support other students so that they can succeed, that is the person that everybody in that class will back. And you will see that that person's vision of just helping other classmates will begin to grow. People will begin to people will begin to appreciate him or her. People will begin to come to him or her, compared to the person who is not doing anything with his knowledge or wisdom or power or authority to help other people. So if your vision must excel and attract the right people, then it must be bigger than you. There should be at least one person, one extra person whose life would be changed, would be touched by your vision. Amatola said, my vision is for people who live in an isolated life due to life circumstances and also less privileged, and then to our country to be a better place to live. And I pray, Amotola, I pray that God will give you the grace and give you the wisdom, to fulfill that vision. That is my prayer for you. Selfish people cannot excel. Your vision must put mankind first. Just like God's vision was mankind first, that he went to the cross and he died so that mankind can be reconciled back to him. You can imagine someone saying, okay, I'm going to die just because I want to be reconciled with mankind, with humanity. That is what it means for your vision to be bigger than you. And if you want to excel in your vision, the first thing is that your vision must be bigger than you. Number two is that your vision must be specific. It must be specific. It doesn't have to be here and there and there. You can do a lot of things, but for anything that you want to do, there must be an iota of specificity to it. For everything that you want to do around your vision, there must be an iota of specificity. And this is where having a vision statement comes in. And as a matter of fact, you can have vision statement for different areas of your life. You can have vision statement for families. You can have vision statement for education. You can have vision statement for a religious lifestyle that you desire. You can have vision statement for you name it. Remember, we said you can have vision for anything that you want. But in as much as you can have vision for anything that you want, you must be as specific as possible. Our vision in LifeExcel is focused on young people, and we simply want to help them to make excellence common in their lives. We're not after old people. Does it mean that old people don't need excellence? Why not? Everybody needs excellence, everybody desires excellence, but maybe someone else will have a vision that will align with older people. But for us, the young people, we want to capture the young generation. We want to capture people who are just growing up and want to help them to make excellence common in their lives. Simple. So that we don't go about looking for older people and stuff like that, right? So you need to be as specific as possible. You need to ask yourself, who are you trying to reach? Who is your vision trying to help? Who is your vision trying to empower? Who is your vision trying to impact on? Number two, why are you trying to reach them? What is the problem you're trying to solve? What change are you expecting to see in their lives? And when are you expecting that change to happen? When are you expecting that change to happen? Where are you expecting that change to happen? So if your vision must be specific, it has to cover these things. And that means that you need to have a statement, a vision statement that clearly talks about who you want to reach, why you want to reach them, what you want to change, and when you expect to see that change. You might not hit it at the head immediately, but at least it will give you an idea. It will help you to remain on track. You say, okay, I want to achieve this by this particular point in time in my life. And then you go with it. So that's the second thing, that you must make sure that your vision is as specific as possible. Number three, we're almost finishing. So just hold on a little bit and we'll be through very, very soon. And I really want to thank you for joining this session. And I pray that God, will bless you and empower your vision. Number three is that your vision must be consistent with your values. Your vision must be consistent with your values. You can't be talking about A and be doing B. Your values, first of all, are those things that are most important in your life. We had a session on Monday on values clarification, and unfortunately, a lot of people did not join, but I think the replay is in the group, so you can go back and watch that reply. I believe it is going to really, really help you on values clarification, because I don't want to go deep into relationship. Even in that session, I talked about the relationship between vision and values, right? So if your vision must be excellent, or if you must excel in your vision, it must be consistent with the things that you believe in, the things that are most important to you. You can't say you have the vision to give education to young people in the rural communities who don't have access to education, and yet you don't know anything about what is happening in the education sector in your country. You don't have the statistics. So your vision is not aligning with your values. You say you want to help women to increase level of education, also in balance, so that women can, number of women in the community can come up a little bit compared to number of men who are educated, and yet you don't even know what it takes to educate a girl child. You don't know the challenges that the girl child is facing in terms of education, so that you can do something about it. Or you yourself, you're not helping, because it will be very, very difficult for your vision to align with your values if those values are not important to you. It's very, very difficult for your vision to align with them. So you have your values, you have the things that are important to you, then your vision must be consistent with those values. So what you say is what you do. What you see is what you get. You can't value one thing and have a vision for something else. All right? Unless that vision is also for another area of your life where there is value, where there is something specific that you have value for. And that is okay. But for every vision you have, there must be a value that it is consistent with. For your vision to remain inspiring to you, it must align to what you believe is important in life. It must align with what you believe is important in life. That is the only way that your vision will remain inspiring to you, right? And that's the third thing you need to do to excel in vision. It must be consistent with your values. Number 4, it must stay connected to the source of vision. It must do what? Stay connected to the source of vision. I totally believe in my heart that every good and perfect gift, including a good vision, because I'm saying good vision because there are people whose vision is to destroy. There are people whose vision is to kill, to steal, to destroy, to maim, to bring pains to other people, that is the only thing that they think about. But as far as I'm concerned, every good and perfect gift comes from God, and every good vision that is truly, truly targeted at helping people, liberating people, empowering people, it comes from God. So, for you to continue to excel in that vision, you must continue to draw from that vision. Staying connected to the source will ensure that there is constant provision to that vision. In John chapter 15, verse 5, it says that Jesus is the vine, is the vine, but we are the branches. If we remain in him, then we will produce. If we continue to abide in him, then we will be able to produce. All right. So our vision flows from a source, and that source is God. And if you want to maintain the sustenance of that vision, it must remain connected to God. It must remain connected to God. So I want to end with that. That last point there is not supposed to be there, and that's a mistake from my end. All right. So the last point I'm trying to make in terms of excelling in your vision is to make sure that you're connected to the source of vision, because your vision will continue to need support. Your vision will continue to need input. Your vision will continue to need hands and all that. And it is only God who will bring the right people into your life, who will give to that vision, who will commit their time, commit their energy, and commit their resources to that vision, to make it a success. And so it must be connected to your vision, to the source of your vision. So don't forget about everything we have said. Don't forget about everything we have said. Number 1, it must be bigger than you. Number 2, it must be specific. It must be in agreement to the values that you hold. And number 4, it must be connected to the source of vision. Because you cannot excel in your vision if you no longer have the support of the source of vision. That is the truth. If you disconnect from the source of vision, you will not be able to excel in it. So I want to encourage you to take that very, very serious. Take that very, very serious. So in conclusion, don't live your life without a vision. Don't live your life without a vision. Make sure you take the right action and steps for your vision. Make sure you take the right actions and steps for your vision. Remember, it's one thing to have a vision. It's another thing to be able to do what? To act on it. Don't be like somebody who gets a vision and goes to sleep, but be like somebody who gets a vision and goes to war. You get a vision and you go to war with that particular vision. Number 3, almost always commit your vision to God. Always commit your vision to God. And if you do that, I can assure you that you will live a fulfilled life. Looking back, and you tell yourself, I'm truly, truly grateful that I was able to commit my vision to God, and that action helped me to to succeed in my vision. So that is where we'll end this conversation, and I want to thank you for joining tonight. I really want to thank you for joining tonight. And I just hope that some of the points that we have made tonight has been very useful to you. Or this morning, if you're in Nigeria, or afternoon, depending on where you are. I just hope that it's been useful to you. And I really, really want to thank you for your time. So I want us to have a conversation now. If you have any questions about vision and how to excel in vision and all that, let's just have a quick conversation about that quickly. I want to thank you again, Sule, for recapping the key points on how to excel in vision. So thank you very much for putting it down for those who will be watching the replay at any point in time. So do you have any question before we finish up and take a few announcements? Any question? Any question? Any question? Thanks everyone that's joined. I truly, truly appreciate this. I truly, truly appreciate this. Okay, so I'll check on Emmy to see if there is any question there. Okay, there is no question on Emit on this. No question. On Facebook, I can't see any question. All right, so if there is no question, then we will call it a day. Or if you have any question, you can put it down on the comment section on Facebook, because on Emit, I will leave the replay on Emit for some time. So you could still put a question on the replay on Emit if you want, and then on Facebook, if you're watching it, then put your question. I'll go through the questions and try to respond to the questions as much as possible. So that's it. So before we finish up, I wanted to know that every month we will be having a SuccessConverge like this in the group, and we have a team for each month. Remember, our overall theme for the year is all round excellence. All round excellence. So we have pinpointed the different areas of our lives that we want to see excellence, want to have all round excellence in this year. And for every month, we're going to be talking about one area of our lives or the other. And I want you to join each of those sessions. Like today, we're talking about vision. In February, we're talking about purpose. In February, we're going to talk about purpose. So I hope you will be able to join in February when we talk about purpose. And I think it's on, let me quickly get the dates. We'll do some publicity about it, but at the same time, I just wanted to mention that so that we'll have it at the back of our mind and clear the calendar, clear the date ahead of time. I think it's going to be on the 19th. I think it's going to be on the 19th of February, and we're going to be talking about excelling in purpose. So I want to encourage you to come back and join. If I don't miss any of the session this year, we're talking about excelling in purpose in February. In March, we talk about excelling in relationships. In April, we'll talk about excelling in spiritual wisdom. In May, we'll talk about excelling in finance. In June, we'll talk about excelling in character. In July, we'll talk about excelling in business. And in August, we'll talk about excelling in career. And then in September, we'll talk about excelling in health and wellness. And in October, we're going to have a conference, a major conference, which we're going to give you more details about. In November, we're going to be having our fellowship program for about 8 weeks or thereabout, and then we'll end up the year with another event as well. So all the details about this will be communicated to us in due course, right? So don't worry about it. You get to know more about them when we're ready. I guess by next week we have the publicity for February out, so that we know we have the details on how to register and stuff like that. So I want to thank you again. Thank you very much for joining tonight. And I want to encourage you to share your gifts, share your talents with the group. I mean, the group is not just about the leaders. We have brought everybody in the group together so that we will share with each other. You know, we'll just share with each other. um, if you're gifted in any area, you're gifted in business, you're gifted in relationships, you're gifted in anything that you're gifted in, and you want to share with people. It could be with video. You know, you can record a video and post in the group. You can do a write up and post in the group. And you can invite people as well to join the group. You know, we will truly appreciate that also. So it's not just about the leaders in the group, it's for everybody. It's for everybody, really. So I want to, beg you to show up in the group, make it interesting. Take it that it's part of your life, it's part of your vision as well, to help people to excel in their own life and in their businesses. So the group is open to everybody, and want to encourage you to be part of it. So that is where I'll call it a day for tonight's session of Success Converge, and I truly look forward to seeing you in February. But before then, of course, we'll be meeting. We'll be having other activities in the group as well. But the next Success Converge is going to be in February. So I'll see you then. Thank you very much, Shehu. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Thank you, Sule. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, James. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Temitope. Thank you, Isaac Idogo. Thank you, Abimbola. Thank you, Francis. Thanks, everyone. God bless you, and do have a beautiful rest of the day. Bye.